The African savanna is not a land of promises. It is a realm governed by the cost of survival. Every dawn begins with hunger, and every dusk carries the memory of loss. The earth bears silent traces of unfinished pursuits of lives that ended and of others that escaped by the narrowest margin. Survival here is not a tale of glory, but a relentless and demanding reality. Across these vast open plains, true refuge is rare. Tall grass conceals patient hunters, and even the shade of a solitary tree can become a place of danger. Each step requires judgment. Each movement is a measured risk. To live in this environment is to remain expied, knowing that a single error, a brief distraction, or a moment's delay can change everything. Life is sustained through struggle and sacrifice. Prey endure constant tension injury and exhausting chases beneath an unforgiving sun. Predators in turn face frequent failure. Most hunts do not succeed, and they too suffer wounds and loss. In the African savanna, no creature is invulnerable, and safety is never guaranteed. Here, survival is earned through pain, fatigue, and often at the expense of another life. This is not cruelty, but an ancient order shaped by nature itself, where second chances are rare. In this world, existence means constant challenge, and enduring one more day is by itself a hard-fought victory. The warthog moves steadily across the dry, cracked ground, its head lowered and snout close to the surface. With each dig, clear marks are left on the hardened soil. Its long, curved tusks break through the earth, exposing roots that still retain traces of moisture. A solid build, thick skin, and sparse hair help protect the animal from extreme heat while reducing water loss. During the long dry season, the warthog adjusts its daily routine. It remains inactive during the hottest hours and travels mainly at dawn and dusk, when solar radiation is weaker. As food becomes scarce, it expands its range in search of roots and tubers. With a strong sense of orientation, it is able to return accurately to feeding areas visited weeks earlier. Each excavation disturbs the soil, creating small depressions that later collect rainwater when the wet season arrives. Seeds settle in these pockets and begin to sprout, What was once a barren surface slowly shows signs of new growth. Through repeated digging, warthogs keep the soil loose and support the natural regeneration of vegetation. At the sound of something unfamiliar, the animal freezes. Its ears rise and it turns toward the wind. If danger is detected, it retreats quickly to its burrow, always entering backward so its tusks face outward. Every movement follows a precise and deliberate pattern guided solely by survival. Although warthogs are rarely seen traveling together, their tracks spread across wide areas of the savanna. Each dug patch of ground, resting hollow and altered surface, becomes a resource for smaller species. Despite their solitary nature, warthogs play a vital ecological role, acting as natural engineers that shape the soil and support balance at lower levels of the ecosystem. Hidden within the tall grass, a lioness lies pressed close to the ground. The afternoon light reflects off her dust-covered coat. Ahead, a warthog moves slowly with its head down, unaware of the threat. The wind carries its scent away. The chase begins only when the distance closes to less than 30 meters. In seconds, the lioness accelerates, reaching speeds of nearly 65 kilometers per hour. The warthog reacts with a sharp turn and runs into open terrain. The lioness follows, but the uneven dry ground quickly reduces her speed. As the opportunity fades, she stops, steadies her breathing, and remains still among the grass. Energy must be conserved for the next attempt. Hunting is not an impulsive act, but a carefully structured sequence of behaviors. Within a pride, each individual has a role. Some advance, while others block escape routes. Every attempt tests coordination and patience. When a hunt succeeds, prey populations remain regulated and grasslands stay in balance. Afterward, the remains provide food for hyenas, vultures, and insects. In this way, energy moves through the ecosystem and nothing is wasted. Beneath the shade of acacia trees, the lion asserts its dominance with unwavering authority. It represents the highest expression of collective power among the great cats. Unlike the solitary cheetah, lions live and hunt in highly organized social groups known as prides. The male's mane is more than a visual feature. It serves as added protection during confrontations with rivals. Yet it is the lionesses, more agile and precisely coordinated, that carry out most of the hunting. Their ability to work together makes the lion a calculated and efficient predator, a rare strategy within the feline world. Ambushes most often take place at night or in the early hours of morning when cooler temperatures allow for longer pursuits. The lionesses spread out in a wide arc while one moves forward to separate a target from the herd. Once the prey is brought down, collective strength ensures the hunt ends quickly. Life within the pride, however, is not always stable. Conflict is not limited to the hunt. Internal disputes are frequent and determine access to food and social rank. While group living offers clear advantages, it also carries constant tension. Dominant males must continuously defend the pride against challengers. When a new male takes control, aggression reaches its peak. Offspring of the former leader may be eliminated to ensure that only the new genetic line continues. From a human perspective, this behavior may appear harsh. From a biological standpoint, it is a strategy that reinforces reproductive success in the savanna. The lion's roar is a clear declaration of power. More than a sound, it functions as a territorial signal. Its low-frequency call can travel up to 8 kilometers, forming an acoustic boundary that warns intruders that this land is claimed. For pride members that have strayed, the roar also serves as a guide leading them back. Even so, survival demands constant awareness. Large groups of hyenas can challenge a pride's control, and prolonged drought can sharply reduce available prey. The lion embodies a complex balance of strength, cooperation, and social conflict. Its presence alone alters the behavior of surrounding species, shaping the rhythm and structure of the entire savanna. On the savanna, lions stand at the top of the ecological pyramid. Their presence regulates prey numbers and helps prevent overgrazing of vegetation. As night falls, a lioness retreats to shaded areas to recover energy. Every action, stalking, sprinting, or resting, forms part of a finely tuned energy balance that governs life in the wild. On an exposed mound, a group of mongooses spreads out to monitor the surroundings. One climbs to the highest point and rises onto its hind legs. Its eyes scan the landscape while its ears remain in constant motion. Even the slightest change in the grass is noted. They remain silent until a real threat emerges. In the distance, a lion moves carefully through the yellowed grass. The wind shifts and dry leaves rustle softly. The sound alone is enough to trigger alarm. A sharp, brief call passes through the group. Within seconds, the mongooses vanish into burrows or press flat against the ground. Mongooses are not direct participants in the predator-prey chain, yet they serve a vital role as an early warning system within the ecosystem. Their calls alert nearby animals, including small antelopes and ground-dwelling birds. The response spreads outward, creating a temporary zone of stillness across the savanna. Once the danger has passed, they return to their usual activities, digging for insects, eggs, larvae, and tender roots. Each small excavation improves soil aeration and increases water absorption. When old burrows are abandoned, the tunnels become shelter for snakes, lizards, or small birds. Through constant routines of vigilance, digging, and coexistence, mongooses help maintain ecological balance. Their small bodies link the underground world to the surface and help regulate the flow of awareness and alertness that shapes the rhythm of life on the savanna. Night settles over the savanna and temperatures drop quickly. Moisture begins to rise from the ground as spotted hyenas emerge from their dens. They move in a loose formation spaced apart to cover more territory. Ears remain upright, muzzles testing the air. In the darkness, sound and scent guide every step. A young antelope drifts away from its herd. A faint noise cuts through the night. The hyenas pause and adjust their direction. The hunt begins in complete silence, no calls, no growls. They advance cautiously, then suddenly surge forward. The chase lasts less than a minute, ending with a precise bite to the hindquarters of the prey. Coordination within the clan rivals that of many top predators. Each individual has a defined role. The leader sets the course while others close in from the sides. When the prey collapses, feeding follows a strict order. Their society is matriarchal. The dominant female controls the group and feeds first, followed by the rest. After the feeding ends, almost nothing remains. Bone, skin, and even marrow are crushed and consumed. Their highly efficient digestive system extracts nutrients from materials few species can process. There is no trace left behind, no lingering scent of decay. The ecological role of the hyena extends far beyond the hunt itself. They are natural recyclers, removing carcasses and limiting the spread of disease. Through this quiet but essential work, the savanna maintains balance even in the aftermath of death. Strong winds sweep across the open grasslands as a pack of African wild dogs begins to move. More than 10 individuals travel in single file, their pace perfectly synchronized. Their movement resembles a coordinated unit, with each animal holding its position without conflict or disorder. When prey is detected, communication occurs through subtle body signals, a tail movement, a brief turn, or a short call. The hunt then begins. There is no ambush and no attempt at concealment. The strategy relies on direct pursuit and endurance. These hunters can sustain speeds of nearly 55 kilometers per hour for more than 5 minutes, outperforming all other savanna predators in long-distance chases. The prey does not fall to an immediate strike, but to exhaustion. Once it can no longer continue, the group closes in swiftly and brings it down with precision. Feeding is rapid and organized. Meat is shared evenly with no displays of dominance or aggression. Every member of the pack, including the young and the injured, receives a portion. This fair distribution strengthens the unity and resilience of the group. The social structure of the African wild dog is among the most stable in the ecosystem. There is no absolute leader. Decisions emerge through shared signals and collective responses. This consensus-based system explains their exceptional efficiency, with hunting success rates exceeding 70%. After feeding, the pack rests briefly before resuming its journey. They do not defend fixed territories. Constant movement reduces overgrazing and limits direct competition with lions and hyenas. Through this continuous roaming, African wild dogs help regulate herbivore populations across vast areas, keeping the savanna dynamic and in balance. Cape buffalo live in large herds that can number in the hundreds. Each adult weighs over 770 kilograms, with a dense, powerful build and curved horns that form a natural defensive barrier. Their movement is slow and deliberate, with consistent spacing maintained between individuals. When a threat appears, the structure of the herd changes instantly. Adult males move outward to the perimeter, while females and calves gather at the center. There are no audible signals or visible commands. The response emerges through instinctive coordination. When danger approaches, the herd does not flee, it confronts it. Dozens of horns lower at once as the circle tightens. The confrontation may last only seconds, yet it is often enough to drive away even a lion. In many cases, buffalo launch a countercharge, pursuing the predator and shielding injured members. Their true strength lies not in the power of any single animal, but in the unity of the group. This cohesion makes buffalo one of the few herbivores capable of standing their ground against large predators. As they move, they trample dry grass and create pathways later used by smaller species. When they stop, their waste enriches the soil and promotes plant growth. Within the savanna ecosystem, buffalo herds act as powerful engines of energy transfer from grass to predators and ultimately back to the land. Their presence ensures that this vital cycle continues without interruption. Across the open plains, herds of zebras move in long, unbroken lines. Hundreds of bodies advance one after another, hooves striking the dry ground in a steady rhythm. Dust rises on the horizon. No single leader is visible. Movement is guided entirely by collective instinct. As water sources diminish, the herds adjust their course toward lower ground where moisture still remains. The migratory pattern of zebras is maintained through natural order. Adults set the pace, foals stay close, and the most vulnerable individuals remain protected within the group. When predators appear, the herd does not scatter. Instead, it forms curved or circular formations. Each animal responds to the movement of its neighbor, creating a chain reaction that functions as a defense system built on coordinated motion. The black and white stripes serve more than simple identification. They help regulate body temperature. When sunlight hits, the coat temperature differences between light and dark. Bands create small air currents that cool the skin. At the same time, the striped pattern disrupts a predator's visual focus during movement, acting as a highly effective form of dynamic camouflage. Over journeys that stretch for hundreds of kilometers, zebras lead the great migration of the savanna. They open pathways later used by antelope and buffalo. Trampled grass allows fresh shoots to emerge after the rains, and their droppings fertilize the soil. Each movement reactivates the nutrient cycle of the grasslands. When the rains return, the march comes to a halt. The herds rest and wait for the next season to begin. The journey repeats year after year, precisely aligned with the rhythm of the climate, like a natural heartbeat that defines life across the African plains. Each year, more than 1 million wildebeest leave the Serengeti and cross the Mara River in search of fresh grazing land. Their movement forms a living current that stretches for dozens of kilometers across the savanna. The ground trembles beneath the impact of thousands of hooves. Each animal follows the one ahead without hesitation. The migration is driven solely by the availability of water and grass. As rainfall shifts, the herds adjust their direction. There is no guide. Decisions arise from collective instinct. When the first wildebeest enters the river, the rest follow. The water is deep and the current strong, but instinct outweighs fear. Many do not make it across and are taken by the current. Their bodies become food for crocodiles, fish, and scavenging birds. Those that survive continue forward. Losses do not stop the movement, they are part of the natural cycle. Upon reaching new ground, the wildebeest feed on fresh grass that emerges after the rains. Their droppings enrich shallow soils, allowing the savanna to recover quickly. Months later, when grazing becomes scarce, the herds reverse their path and return along the same route. The migration never truly ends, it simply shifts direction with the seasons. The movement of wildebeest functions like a circulatory system for African ecosystems. It links distant plains and transports energy from one region to another. On a continental scale, their journey is the steady pulse of the savanna, an uninterrupted flow of life renewed year after year. Across the dry lands, African elephants move with a slow yet steady pace. Each deep step leaves a lasting imprint in the soil. The herd is made up of adult females, young calves, and an older matriarch who guides the journey. Their exceptional sense of smell allows them to locate water sources from many kilometers away. When they reach a dry riverbed, they use tusks and feet to dig until they uncover underground moisture. This simple action creates water holes that sustain other species, birds, antelope, monkeys, and even lions. During the dry season, each pool becomes a temporary gathering point for life. For this reason, elephants are considered natural engineers of the savanna, capable of shaping the landscape through their behavior. They consume hundreds of kilograms of vegetation each day. Grass, bark, roots, and dry branches. By pushing over trees and breaking limbs, they open clearings that allow sunlight to reach the ground, encouraging new plant growth. Their droppings carry undigested seeds across long distances, supporting plant regeneration far from its source. The presence of elephants defines the health and productivity of the ecosystem. As they travel, they flatten grass, loosen the soil, and speed up decomposition. When elephants disappear, the savanna loses balance. The ground hardens and vegetation begins to decline. Every footprint they leave is not just a mark, but the beginning of another cycle. Elephants do not hunt, yet nearly all species depend indirectly on their actions. This is how nature functions. True strength is not measured by destruction, but by the ability to sustain life. A giant of the savannah moves forward with the caution of a seasoned fighter. The rhinoceros, covered in thick armor-like skin, conveys a sense of near-impenetrable strength. Weighing more than 2,200 kilograms, its mere presence commands respect. Unlike elephants, rhinos live largely solitary lives, spending much of the day grazing or resting in shaded areas. Despite its size and power, its eyesight is poor. To compensate, the rhinoceros relies on an exceptionally sharp sense of smell. When it detects a threat, its response can be sudden and forceful, launching into a charge that can reach speeds close to 50 kilometers per hour. Its horn, used as a forward-facing weapon, turns this charge into a formidable defense. Near muddy pools, the rhinoceros rolls and coats its body in a thick layer of mud. This behavior provides natural protection against parasites and intense solar radiation. The horn itself is made of keratin, the same material found in human hair, yet it can grow to more than 1.5 meters in length. Combined with the animal's speed and mass, it becomes an ancient tool of remarkable power, capable of overturning vehicles in rare encounters with humans. Although elephants and rhinoceroses differ in behavior and lifestyle, both play critical roles within the ecosystem. Their movements, feeding habits, and the changes they impose on the landscape create microhabitats used by countless species, from small birds to insects. These giants do not merely dominate the savanna, they support it, maintaining the balance that allows life across the African plains to endure. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in roughly 3 seconds and sustain extreme speeds for 20 to 30 seconds. Its highly flexible spine allows strides of up to 7 meters. The black lines running from its eyes reduce glare from the sun and sharpen visual focus on moving prey. Today, the cheetah is classified as vulnerable with fewer than 7,000 individuals remaining in the wild. Habitat loss and competition with larger predators pose its greatest threats, placing constant pressure on its survival. Hunting demands absolute precision. The cheetah assesses the terrain, selects the angle of approach, and tracks its target with intense focus before releasing a final burst of speed. There is no margin for error. After a successful capture, it must feed quickly before scavengers or stronger predators arrive to take over. Its movement across open grasslands is fluid and highly responsive. Long strides and explosive acceleration allow it to adapt instantly to sudden changes in terrain. Every hunt is a perfect alignment of muscle power, speed, and timing. Cheetahs directly influence populations of antelope and other herbivores. By hunting selectively, they help maintain ecological balance within the grasslands. Their activity shifts with the seasons and prey availability. As the landscape changes, the cheetah adjusts its strategy to remain effective. In open ecosystems, the cheetah serves as a keystone species, an essential regulator within the savanna's food web, where every sprint shapes the balance between life and survival. This chapter of the African savanna now comes to a close, a landscape where life and death exist side by side at every moment. Here, struggles for survival are not rare dramas, but essential forces that have sustained this ecosystem for thousands of years. Every chase, every confrontation, and every escape, whether successful or not, keeps the delicate machinery of wildlife in motion. Across these vast plains, survival means accepting constant risk, facing hunger, exhaustion, and danger with unwavering resolve. There are no permanent victors and no final defeats, only species that adapt, endure, and move forward, driven by the oldest instinct on Earth. Survival here is earned through effort, exposure, and sometimes at the cost of life itself. Yet beyond the harshness of these scenes lies a deeper message. This wild world must be understood and protected. Every animal plays an irreplaceable role, and the loss of one disrupts the balance of all. Preserving the African savanna means preserving a living story, one that continues to be written each day beneath an unforgiving sun. If this journey through the wild has informed you, moved you, or sparked your curiosity, we invite you to support this project. Like the video, subscribe to Beast Call Nature, and join us in future explorations of the animal world, where life reveals itself in its most raw, powerful, and authentic form. Across the vast African savanna, the struggle to stay alive unfolds every moment. Here, instinct draws the line between survival and defeat. In the wild, life is never freely given. It is earned by those who are stronger, faster, and constantly alert. A single lapse in attention can mean vanishing beneath the blazing sun and swirling red dust. Every sound, every movement, every shifting shadow may signal danger or opportunity. Predators calculate their moves, prey endure and adapt, and both understand there are no second chances. In this unforgiving world, survival belongs to those who can think, react, and adjust more quickly than the rest. When the chase begins and hearts race at their limits, an unavoidable question arises. Is raw power the key to survival, or does intelligence hold the true advantage? On the savannah is destiny decided by the strongest or by the most prepared. In Africa, the answers are written moment by moment under the timeless law of survival. Dawn spreads across the endless plains of the Serengeti. The first rays of sunlight scatter like golden sparks over the dry grass, gently swaying in the breeze. A herd of more than 30 zebras moves steadily toward the green pastures near the marsh, advancing with careful, measured steps. In the soft morning mist, their striped bodies reflect the light, creating a mesmerizing visual illusion, a shifting puzzle that is difficult for predators to interpret. Each zebra carries a unique stripe pattern as individual as a human fingerprint. These markings not only help them recognize one another within the herd, but also serve a crucial purpose as natural camouflage. When they move together, their individual outlines blend into a single moving mass that distorts perception and confuses those watching from a distance. Zebras are deeply social animals. Their herds are led by a dominant male accompanied by several females and their offspring. The stallion's role goes beyond reproduction. He also acts as a protector, standing against external threats. Breeding usually aligns with the rainy season, when food is plentiful and water sources are reliable. After a gestation period of around 12 to 13 months, each female gives birth to a single foal. Yet in this harsh landscape, survival is never certain. From afar, hidden among the bushes, a group of lions watches in silence, 3 adult females and 3 cubs beginning to learn the skills of the hunt. All eyes are fixed on the zebras, a clear target on this dry, early autumn morning. Unlike solitary hunters, lions rely on coordination. They wait in stillness until an unseen signal triggers the attack. Dust erupts from the ground, the thunder of hooves tears through the air, and the herd collapses into chaos as its formation breaks apart. But danger does not always come from outside. Within the herd itself, threats can be just as ruthless. When a new male takes control, it is common for him to kill offspring that are not his, a behavior known as infanticide, driven by instinct to bring females back into reproductive readiness. This is not cruelty, but biology in action. In nature's relentless struggle for survival, every living being is only one small piece within the vast machinery of evolution. Under the unforgiving midday sun of the Locabango Plains, the air stands still and the silence feels complete. Yet within the shimmering heat, several shapes move swiftly and with precision, flowing together as a single force. These are African wild dogs, also known as painted wolves, recognized as the most successful hunters among Africa's large predators. They lack the raw power of lions and the explosive speed of cheetahs, but they make up for it with flawless teamwork and remarkable discipline. Their irregular coats, marked with patches of black, yellow, and white, make every individual unmistakable. Large upright ears scan the landscape for distant sounds, though their greatest strength lies not in their teeth but in cooperation and shared strategy. A pack of more than 10 animals glides along the edge of tall grass, silently closing in on a group of impalas grazing in a shallow dip in the land. The chase begins without warning and ends within moments. Their hunting style is direct and efficient, allowing them to secure a meal quickly in a landscape where hesitation can mean failure. Every action is carefully timed to minimize the risk of losing their hard-earned But today danger approaches from afar. A harsh, echoing laugh cuts through the heat like a warning bell. A clan of hyenas is drawing near. Instantly, the wild dogs freeze ears, alert bodies tense. Often mislabeled as scavengers, hyenas are in fact powerful and determined competitors. With crushing jaws and remarkable endurance, hyenas work together to challenge other predators for their kills. Though the wild dogs may outnumber them, the hyena's size and bold aggression create an undeniable threat. The air fills with sound growls, calls, and sharp vocal warnings as tension ripples across the plain. Then the alpha wild dog releases a sharp, piercing call. It is not a command to fight, but a signal to withdraw. In the wild, even the most skilled hunters must sometimes surrender their reward. Beyond strength and unity lies an uncontrollable force, chance itself. In nature, survival often depends not only on ability, but on knowing when to let go and live to hunt another day. In the deepest shadows of the dense forest, a leopard lies perfectly still atop a high branch. Its golden coat, patterned with dark rosettes, blends seamlessly with the shifting mosaic of leaves, light, and shade filtering through the canopy. In the suffocating heat of the jungle, this complete stillness reflects the authority of a predator that has mastered the art of silence. The leopard is a solitary hunter relying solely on itself rather than on a group to survive. Every hunt is a solo mission carried out with patience and precision. Despite its relatively compact build, the leopard is exceptionally agile. It can leap distances of up to 6 meters and climb trees with remarkable ease, even while carrying prey heavier than its own body. Strong territorial instincts drive it to mark its domain, with visible signs and scent cues warning rivals to keep their distance. A dominant male controls a wide territory that often overlaps with the ranges of several females, increasing his chances of reproduction. Yet this solitary existence does not spare him from conflict. When these invisible boundaries are crossed, confrontations can erupt with sudden intensity. Near a dry stream bed amid scattered shrubs, two males meet within contested ground. After a fierce clash, the younger leopard is forced to yield, retreating slowly into the depths of the forest. Beneath their calm and elusive appearance, leopards live constantly on a thin line between tranquility and aggression. In the wild, even the masters of camouflage cannot avoid conflict when survival and reproduction are at stake. If you find this video engaging and informative, consider subscribing to the channel to support our work. I stepped into the vast and tranquil realm of the African buffalo, scientifically known as Synchorus kaffir, iconic inhabitants of the Serengeti wetlands and enduring symbols of strength in Africa's wild landscapes. They move steadily across waterlogged grasslands, taking full advantage of the fresh grasses and abundant water brought by the rainy season, turning these fertile plains into their preferred home. With their massive build and commanding presence, African buffalo are counted among the legendary Big Five. Adults can reach up to 1.7 meters at the shoulder and weigh between 500 and 900 kilograms. Their thick, backward-curving horns, sometimes approaching a full meter in length, serve not only as formidable weapons against predators, but also as emblems of resilience and untamed spirit. Unlike the light, swift movements of Thompson's gazelles, buffalo advance, with slow, deliberate steps casting long shadows over the green wetlands like living armored vehicles of the Serengeti. Their herds are often enormous, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, forming a moving wall of muscle and determination that advances in near-perfect unison. For this species, survival is rooted in unity. When danger approaches, the herd tightens its formation, creating a defensive circle that places calves and weaker members safely at the center. Their strength does not lie solely in individual power, but in the deep social bonds that hold the group together. This collective solidarity becomes a shield capable of confronting even apex predators such as lions. During the rainy season, the herds not only graze on lush new vegetation, but also rely on flooded plains to drink and cool themselves, supporting the health of the entire group. Their presence sets a calm yet commanding rhythm across the Serengeti, a reminder that survival here is not always about speed, but about shared strength and endurance. When food and water are plentiful, African buffalo enter their most active breeding period. After gestation lasting roughly 11.5 months, females give birth to a single calf weighing between 30 and 50 kilograms. Within hours, the newborn is able to stand and quickly joins the herd, protected by the group's disciplined defensive structure. As one of the dominant herbivores of the ecosystem, the African buffalo plays a crucial role in shaping the landscape. By controlling excessive plant growth, they help renew grasslands while also serving as an essential prey species for large predators such as lions. Meanwhile, concealed within deep rivers and flooded zones, the silent giants of the Serengeti begin to stir. Hippos, hippopotamus, amphibious emerge slowly from the water. Weighing between 1,000 and 1,800 kilograms and reaching lengths of up to 3 meters, they command attention with a presence that is both mysterious and overwhelming. As the sun sinks toward the horizon, a quiet lagoon settles into an almost perfect stillness. Only distant calls of water birds and gentle ripples spreading across the surface break the silence. This peaceful scene is home to hundreds of hippos, a submerged society that appears calm yet is sharply divided by unseen boundaries. Each section of the lagoon belongs to a specific family group. At the center lies the deepest, coolest, and safest water claimed by the dominant male. Around him remain the females, their calves, and a few younger males of lower rank. Though they rest side by side, the social order is rigid. Territory is respected and intrusion is never tolerated. Throughout the day, hippos spend most of their time submerged, using the water to regulate body temperature and shield themselves from the relentless sun. When night falls, they leave the lagoon to graze on land, traveling long distances under cover of darkness. Yet beneath this routine lies constant tension. A mature male, once forced into poorer territory, has regained his strength and now seeks to reclaim what he lost. Moving cautiously, he advances toward the central zone and enters the deeper waters, an area he once dared not challenge. The dominant male senses the threat instantly and charges with startling speed for an animal that can weigh nearly 3 tons. Their massive bodies collide, sending white spray bursting into the air. Hippos do not rely on speed or claws in combat. Instead, they wield enormous jaws that can open wider than 150 degrees, armed with tusks that may grow up to half a meter long. These are weapons capable of inflicting severe damage. Before long, the challenger is forced to retreat. The clash ends and the water slowly settles back into silence. But the message is unmistakable. Territorial borders have been reinforced not through calls or displays, but through sheer force. Beneath the murky surface, hippos are far from clumsy giants. They are the undisputed rulers of the waterways, living within a harsh and invisible hierarchy, where every stretch of water represents power and every scar tells a story of dominance. Beneath the towering crowns of acacia trees, Maasai giraffes, scientifically known as Giraffa camelopardalis, tipilskirchi, stand as one of nature's most remarkable creations. With elongated legs and a neck that can rise more than 5 meters above the ground, they feed effortlessly on the freshest leaves growing high in the canopy, far beyond the reach of most other herbivores. Their tongues are another extraordinary adaptation. Stretching up to 50 centimeters and built to withstand rough textures, they skillfully strip leaves from branches lined with sharp thorns without injury. This specialized feature grants them access to a food source that remains largely untouched across the savanna. Maasai giraffes lead a mostly independent lifestyle, rarely competing directly with other species. By browsing at heights few animals can reach, they play a quiet but vital role in maintaining ecological balance, controlling tree growth and encouraging the spread of grasses that sustain many other herbivores. Their coats, marked by dark patches set against a light brown background, serve both form and function. The irregular angular patterns help them blend into scattered acacia woodlands, while also emphasizing their graceful stature. Unlike other giraffe subspecies, these distinctive markings give the Maasai giraffe a silhouette that is instantly recognizable. Keen eyesight and acute hearing allow them to detect movement from great distances, offering valuable time to retreat from danger. removed from the turmoil and constant competition closer to the ground. Giraffes continue their calm search for food above it all. Symbols of elegance, self-reliance, and quiet strength within the vast and demanding landscape of the Serengeti. Often misunderstood and unfairly labeled as mere scavengers, hyenas are in fact highly skilled predators. The majority of their diet comes from animals they hunt and bring down themselves. Through remarkable teamwork and endurance, they are capable of taking down prey much larger than their own bodies. In the Serengeti, they play a major role during the Great Migration, contributing significantly to the natural balance between predator and prey. Their most formidable tool is their jaw. Hyenas possess one of the strongest bite forces among land-dwelling carnivores, powerful enough to crush thick bones with ease, far surpassing that of many larger predators. Yet their importance extends beyond hunting alone. By consuming carcasses left behind by others, hyenas act as nature's cleanup crew, reducing the spread of disease and recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. In doing so, they help preserve the fragile equilibrium that sustains life across the African savanna. Above the open plains, another realm comes alive. Life does not thrive only at ground level, it also rules the skies. More than 500 bird species pass through the Serengeti, each playing a unique and irreplaceable role in the vast web of this ecosystem. Among them, one figure commands attention even from afar: the marabou stork. Massive, silent, and unmistakable. With a wingspan approaching 3 meters, it is the largest land bird in Africa. Its appearance matches its reputation: black and white feathers, pale legs, and a hunched posture that seems almost prehistoric. Yet its purpose is far from ominous. The marabou stork is a vital part of nature's cleanup system. It gathers in wetlands, grasslands, and near the remains of hunts, feeding on what others leave behind, and preventing decay from becoming a threat to the life that continues around it. The Serengeti is only one chapter in the vast story of the tropical savanna. Beyond it lies another remarkable yet lesser-known landscape, the Miombo woodlands of central Zambezia. Stretching across Zambia, Zimbabwe, Angola, and Mozambique, this region forms one of the largest and most diverse ecosystems in southern Africa. Towering hardwood trees such as Brachystegia and Julbernardia rise here, lifting their canopies high and creating a natural shelter beneath which thousands of species thrive. Below them, resilient grasses and hardy shrubs endure long, punishing dry seasons as well as sudden, heavy rains. In the open clearings of the Miombo, a colossal presence moves quietly among the trunks, the African savanna elephant. This gentle giant travels the landscape with calm determination. It is the largest land animal on Earth, with some individuals standing over 4 meters tall and weighing more than 7 tons. Yet its true impact goes far beyond sheer size. These elephants are silent engineers of the wild. With every step, they reshape their surroundings, opening pathways, dispersing seeds, and creating conditions that allow countless other forms of life to flourish. Still, even giants face danger. Since 2021, the African savanna elephant has been officially classified as an endangered species. Despite this, signs of recovery are emerging. Conservation efforts across the Miombo region are beginning to show results. According to a WWF report published in 2023, nearly 50,000 elephants now roam freely once again across parts of Zambia and Zimbabwe, offering a powerful reminder that sustained protection can alter the course of nature's future. Leaving behind the dry woodlands and golden plains of the Miombo, the journey turns westward toward a land where forest and savanna blend seamlessly. This is the forest-savanna mosaic of West Africa, a vast landscape stretching across Guinea, Sierra Leone, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Togo. As the dry season tightens its grip on the land, the roan antelope begins a demanding struggle to endure. By 2024, its population in this region is estimated at around 8,000 individuals. Its light brown coat and long, gently curved horns cut graceful silhouettes against a sun-scorched sky. What allows this antelope to persist is its remarkable adaptability. It feeds on a wide range of grasses and shrubs, including plants avoided by most other herbivores. This dietary flexibility gives the roan antelope a crucial advantage, enabling it to survive and persist in an environment shaped by constant change. Under the same unforgiving sun, another antelope endures, the East African oryx. Larger, stronger, and strikingly defiant, it stands like a true guardian of the desert. This remarkable animal can survive for weeks, even months, without drinking a single drop of water. Its survival strategy is finely tuned. The oryx feeds mainly at night, sharply reducing water loss through breathing and perspiration. According to a 2023 report by the United Nations Environment Program, it can even extract moisture from completely dry vegetation, turning scarcity into sustenance. Unlike many species that retreat from extreme heat, the oryx possesses an extraordinary ability to regulate its own body temperature. Yet its reputation as a symbol of endurance comes not only from adaptation, but also from courage. When confronted by predators such as lions or cheetahs, it does not always flee. Instead, it stands its ground and defends itself. Its long, straight horns, reaching nearly 85 centimeters, are formidable weapons capable of inflicting serious injury on any attacker. In the harsh reality of the savanna, the oryx does more than survive. It commands respect. The Somali region of Kiorafora is not only a haven for hoofed mammals, it is also a stronghold for some of the largest birds on Earth. Two iconic residents dominate this sun-scorched landscape, the common ostrich and the Somali ostrich, both shaping the rhythm of life across the open savanna. Standing up to 2.7 meters tall and weighing close to 155 kilograms, the ostrich is the largest living bird on the planet. According to a 2023 study by the United Nations Environment Program, these birds are able to endure several days without drinking water, an essential advantage in such an arid environment. Their bodies are finely tuned for desert survival. Every aspect of their physiology is designed to limit water loss through breathing and waste. Although they cannot fly, ostriches make up for it with remarkable speed. They can sprint at up to 64 kilometers per hour and sustain speeds of around 56 kilometers per hour over long distances. In a land where heat and scarcity dominate, their strength, endurance, and resilience make them powerful symbols of survival in one of Africa's most demanding landscapes. In the African savanna, each day ends without promises. Survival is earned second by second, guided only by instinct. Here, life is not granted by chance or compassion. It is a reward for those who know how to be strong, fast, and above all, alert. A single moment of hesitation is enough to vanish into dust and silence. When the sun sets and the savanna seems to grow calm, the struggle continues with every breath. Those who remain standing do so not by luck, but because they learn to read danger, adapt, and endure. In this wild world, life is not a right. It is the result of overcoming fear, exhaustion, and one's own fragility. And so Africa continues to write its eternal law, where only those ready to face it earn a new dawn. If this journey into the heart of survival made you reflect, give it a like and subscribe to Beast Call Nature.